What's going on, everyone? Genjigear here with another Final Fantasy XIV update. So I finally got to Heavensward. I've played a lot of it so far, and I think by this Friday I'll be finishing up 3.0. Twitch link in the description if you want to join me. So everyone told me that Heavensward is when the story starts to get really good and the whole overall quality of the game just goes up a notch. And I've definitely seen that so far. There's still a few fetch quests here and there, but they're just a lot more self-aware and they don't take that long to complete. And it honestly has not bothered me anywhere as much as some of the Realm Reborn quests did. I'll take hanging out in Moogle Village any day of the week over fetching this dude some wine. Though, funny enough, I still had to deliver a few wine bottles, even in Heavensward.
Why are we giving people wine again?
The Courier of Light. But it's not just the story that's been better, the dungeons and gameplay have been a lot better as well. Notably the dungeon where you go and fight all the dragons. I think you fight Tiamat at the end. There's also some really cool mini bosses in that dungeon. Thought this was a lot of fun. Also the vault, really cool dungeon. I liked that one a lot. The music in both of these were great. There were a few other ones, but those are kind of the standout, my favorite dungeons so far in Heavensward. And you also have new classes. I've been trying out 2 Heavensward classes, the Machinist and the Dark Knight. I finished the Dark Knight all the way up to level 60. Shout out to the Dark Knight quest line. I really enjoyed seeing this other side of the Warrior of Light, who also gets a little annoyed at all the fetch quests he has to do. And then there were deeper themes of accepting that you have a dark side, and then from the Cid quests and on, learning how to accept and live with that dark side. I'm really excited to see where this quest line goes going forward, and it has me really excited for Shadowbringers and Endwalker. From what I understand, the head writer from the Dark Knight quest, Natsuko Ishikawa, became the game's lead writer for those 2 expansions. It's obvious to me that this is one of the people that makes Final Fantasy XIV special, and after playing this quest, I can totally see why. Speaking of special, you can make me feel special by giving this video a like and subscribing if you're enjoying it. All right, now back to the video. Shout out to the Machinist quest line too, especially Joy. I definitely wasn't expecting this quest line either. It was totally out of left field. It was a lot of fun though. Okay, now it's time to talk about the MSQ. We got some talking to do, guys. Buckle up. Maybe go pour yourself a coffee for this one. Okay, so now I know we're all here because we love Final Fantasy. That's why you're here, that's why I'm here. Just know these critiques come from a place of love. I think Final Fantasy XIV can do better. All right, so let's just get into it. So I really liked the end of A Realm Reborn. I thought it was so ballsy of Final Fantasy XIV to kill off the Sultana, especially the way they did. They left everything in a mess at the end of the game, and it got me so excited for Heavensward, only to find that they undo and take back one of the biggest punches in the gut that they gave you in A Realm Reborn. The Sultana is not dead. That's a bunch of crap. I did not like that at all. For me, I feel like it just cheapens the whole ending of A Realm Reborn to take back the biggest bombshell that you dropped on us. It feels like whoever wrote the ending of A Realm Reborn is just not the same people that wrote the rest of Heavensward. It seems like they just kind of threw the ending out. They just kind of wanted to walk back a bit of it and then just go in a completely new direction. I was here ready for some epic build-up where you're going to return with Raban, you're going to come in arm swinging, not arm swinging. You're gonna come in arm swinging with Raban. And then there's that whole scene with Lolorito where he just kind of strolls on in and just explains away everything that kind of happened.
No, dude, chop his head off. Are you serious? You lost an arm, and this dude's freaking fault, and this dude sucks.
The hells we will.
Yeah.
Do you honestly expect me to forgive and forget? After all you've done? You're guilty of high treason!
Yeah. Oh, it's a sleeping potion. Still bullshit, dude. Still not cool. Like, okay. Yeah, you didn't kill her, but it's like, oh, it's a sleeping potion. You still shouldn't be giving her no sleeping potion, dude. Cut his head off.
Stay your blade, Master Alden. You yourself are not innocent. Or have you forgotten your own crime in executing Teleggi Adeleggi without trial?
Wasn't a crime. Dude sucked.
And then you just, that scene just felt super weird to me. It didn't seem right. I don't know where they're going with the story after this, so I'm sure they're setting it up for something that's good, but if they needed to walk that back, then just don't do it in the first place. Figure something else out so you don't have to cheapen, you know, one of your most impactful moments. And I feel like what that does is just makes you a little bit less invested in the story because it just doesn't feel real. It feels like writers are just making all of the decisions that characters are making rather than these characters being living, thinking beings in this world making these decisions. I hope that makes sense. I know some of you agree and have similar feelings. I also know that some people don't mind it and that they maybe aren't as bothered by it as I was. But for me, this is kind of a negative, so I needed to talk about it, needed to get it off my chest. Don't love that they took back the Sultana's death. Please let me know in the comments what you thought about it. But there's still plenty of great things to talk about regarding the MSQ. I really loved questing around with Iceheart and Estinian. This reminded me a lot of older Final Fantasies when you would have party members that had conflicting wants, needs, motivations, but you would all still have to come together for the greater good. And through that, we saw character development with Iceheart, Estinian, and even Alfie. I thought the character development that you got with those three characters was more than you got with any of the Scions from A Realm Reborn. I may even have started to like Alphinaud just a little bit. Maybe. So really happy with the direction of the game there. And let's all hold a candle for Brochenfont. I think this moment was really impactful. His death was handled really well. And then we got our girl Y'shtola back. We got her some new threads. She's looking as drippy as ever with her new cataracts. So yeah, I noticed her eyes were looking a little bit different. They haven't explained that yet. So I guess it's prediction time. Huh? Alright, so originally I was going to say my prediction is Y'shtola is a primal. But then I realized that my last prediction was that I was a primal. That everyone's a primal. That everyone in this game is a primal. That's always my prediction. So I think I have another prediction. I think that maybe while she was in the Aether, maybe she got like supercharged somehow. And now she's like more powerful than ever. Maybe it has something to do with how primals are summoned. I don't know, but let's just go with Y'shtola supercharged. She is Y'shtola GPT 2.0, and she's gonna kick some ass. Yeah, how about that? And then we got all the bad guys opening up some Stargate. Honestly, I have no clue what's going on here at all.
What the hell is going on? None of this is supposed to make sense, right?
The only guess I have is maybe they're summoning the Ascian God. I don't know why the Pope dude would be doing that, but honestly, I have no clue. It seems like the main story has been so focused on the dragons and then Ul'dah that like whatever else is going on here is just like I'm kind of in the dark. I don't really know what's gonna happen next, which has me kind of excited. A lot of characters are still on hiatus. I'm sure we will be seeing some of them very soon. Minfilia, Thancred, and then there's some background characters like Hilda, Yuguri, Emmerich, which I'm sure are going to play a bigger role somewhat going forward. And then we still have Mr. Old English, Uranger. Honestly, they haven't done anything yet with that, so like, I mean, I've already like predicted that I think that he's not necessarily betraying you, he's not necessarily evil guy, but we're still just gonna have to wait and see. And with that being said, come hang out on Friday and we'll see. I'll be finishing up 3.0 Heavensward on Friday, 6 p.m. PST. I hope to see you there. I'll leave my Twitch link in the description. And also for those of you that have been enjoying the clips that I've been posting on the channel, I am starting to move all of those types of clips to my clip channel. I'll leave that link in the description as well. There's some cool stuff on there. I reacted to the No Clip documentary. You can go watch that. All right, and yeah, I think that's it. I'll see you guys next time.